What's up, everybody? So, I got my friend Kaylee here today. We basically just given an update to everybody about what's going on with the animal cruelty slash abuse charges that are going on with Micheal Turland and Brooklyn Beck. So, for those that are new here who haven't seen what's going on or don't know what's going on, I will let Kaylee explain what the gist of everything that's happened up to date.
Okay, so up to this point so far, this case started off as, if anybody's followed the news, a lot of people have heard this through the grapevine, aren't familiar with the case in its entirety. There was a man in Kingman, Arizona, who was arrested after 184 animals were found frozen alive in his garage deep freezer. Now, I am a victim of this case. 4 of the animals that I had boarded with him, 3 of them are now confirmed as dead. It's definitely been an interesting journey, very emotional, but we are to where we are now. So after Micheal Turland in Kingman was arrested, his girlfriend was arrested on different charges in Grand Traverse County in Michigan, after video footage came up of Micheal Turland and Brooklyn Beck torturing and killing a dog on a grooming table. So from there, she was investigated, picked up on those charges, and in her property, they seized over 200 animals. Of all 200 animals, just over 100 of them survived the trip to the veterinary clinic to receive medical care. Many of these animals were already dead, deceased, frozen alive, or died there on the spot before they could be transported. Very few of these animals were in good health, maybe a handful of the dogs. Every other animal needed serious rehabilitation and is still going to need a lot more rehabilitation from here on. The snakes, the dogs, there's a lot of animals. They're going to need frequent care. The horse is still touch and go. We don't know if the Clydesdale is going to make it. Where we stand now. Micheal Turland's court date got delayed until January of 2023. It'll be his last evidentiary conference prior to his jury trial, February 6th, I believe. So we're waiting to go from there. As for Brooklyn, she was set to appear for her jury trial this last October 23rd. It was delayed and pushed back. Thankfully, they did still discuss the relinquishing of the animals this last Thursday, October 27th. It was agreed upon after a long court appearance where Brooklyn Beck left during recess and did not come back. The evidence was damning. Anyone who has followed the case and was sitting in told me it was just horrendous. Brooklyn didn't come back after the recess, and it was agreed upon that in exchange for relinquishing custody of all the animals, that she would have until today at 2 p.m. to accept the plea deal or go forward with a jury. She did not accept the plea deal as far as we know at this point, which means she is going to be going to jury trial in an unconfirmed date. Now we wait. The animals have been released, and now we are planning a rescue mission to get to Michigan and collect a majority of these animals and bring them home.
So, guys, that's basically what we're doing right now is trying to give everybody an update on what's going on. So I do have pictures of everything that's gone on, guys, with these animals. So for people that are new here, I know there's a few people that aren't up to date on the case and what we're talking about. And Kaylee kind of skipped over a few things, and that's okay. You know, there's some things she's kind of, it's hard for her to talk about. She, like I said, guys, is part of this because she is a victim in this case, guys. So some of the pictures I'm about to show, viewer discretion is advised. Again, these people are monsters, guys. Like this is bad. So for one, for people that are new here, this picture here, I wish it would actually flip the way I put it, but it didn't do it. That is an actual deep freezer that was found in Kingman at Michael's home. And those snakes are in there. Those are a couple of those are Kaylee snakes, guys, as well as there's some dogs in there. rabbits, there's birds, there's tons of stuff in here, guys. So there's a few there. There's this, this is the picture. I won't keep this up long, guys. This is the picture of the dog that they were strangling on video. This is what got them got this going. This is how this basically got brought to light. That was in a dog grooming salon that originally Brooklyn was working for, and you can see in that picture, that's a still shot from the video. There is an actual video that we have not released and probably won't, but that is a video or a picture from the video that Brooklyn was strangling this dog in the grooming salon. And there has been in that freezer from Kingman, guys, there was over 200 frozen animals, and there was signs of struggle inside the bag. So that means they were frozen alive. It's not looking apologies. It's not looking the best, with that aspect, that these guys are monsters, but things were getting swept under the rug until we did this last video. When we did this last video, it got the ball rolling. So
this last video that we did, I couldn't be happier with the outreach from the community, and it means the world. They were pushing to release the animals, but it didn't get pushed to this point and this quickly until the outreach and the word finally being spread like wildfire again, like it was when this first happened. It's been a while, the flames died down, and after doing the last live, the community has really reached out and put a flame under their ass, and I couldn't be happier, because throughout all of this, I would like to be the first person to let everyone in the live feed know. If you were here on the last one, you know that 2 of my snakes are still unaccounted for. There is good and bad news. My female boa, unfortunately, was found frozen alive, and based on what I'm hearing from the necropsy, it was one of the most recent animals frozen. So they are guessing there's a good chance it was just to spite me since I had Micheal incarcerated. Thankfully, though, my boy Sneck, the first snake I ever took in, the first rescue I took in as an adult in my first very own boa, was found alive. He's in very rough shape. He's scarred up, and he is a fourth of the weight he was originally. He's going to need a lot of rehabilitative care. All of these reptiles were infested with mites and in awful shape, so it's going to be a process getting them back up to weight. The animal shelter has told me that even the adult ball pythons and boas are currently only eating adult mice because they were so emaciated they didn't want to power feed. And that means they've been in their care for 8 months now? I mean, I couldn't be happier that my boy's alive and well. I mean, you have no idea. I mean, it's terrible to say. I was hoping at least one, and I couldn't be happier. So Eden, I don't know how. I know that they had plenty of friends and supporters locally in the community that they had to have known what was going on and never reported this. I mean, if you just look at the case now from where it stands, this has been going on over a year. Myself and even other victims have been harassed and threatened by friends of Micheal in Brooklyn, and it's not going to end anytime soon. I will be occasionally, if I mention a victim, just know I am going to be the only person coming forward at this point in time. I don't need the other victims being harassed and threatened.
And that is the thing, guys. Is I'm gonna stop right there because that is an actual thing. The friends and family of Micheal in Brooklyn have actually been harassing Kaylee since she started this, since she got the ball rolling and brought light to this situation. And it's ridiculous on how so basically a lot of the animals that they got were free. And Luring, I know what you're asking is, how did they get a hold of her animals? What happened was, this is why I said we should probably explain what happened in the first video, because a lot of people are new.
The easiest way to explain that, Allure, is I was concerned I was going to be going through CPS for the youngest sibling that I have, since I was their caregiver for quite some time. I know that CPS did not have the best of correlation between me having big snakes and young children. So to make things easier, since it was previously discussed that he wanted to breed, we agreed that he would board my snakes and potentially breed them, and we would go from there. So yes, I did place my animals with this man. When I dropped them off at his property, it was my first time at the Kingman property. The house was fine. He had just moved in. Everything was organized. The animals seemed fairly well taken care of. And when I say these two put on a very good face, I mean these two put on a very good face. None of this criminal history of these two came up until after I did a lot of digging, and it was hard to find. These people have a history of domestic violence, animal abuse. Brooklyn's not allowed to own animals in parts of Utah because of previous animal abuse. Her animals being taken and her family getting the animals on her behalf and her killing them. We also have statutory. There's also a history of stolen valor. There's also a history of domestic violence with children. This is a long-standing issue. And the fact that none of this was made public or was made this difficult to find just goes to show that the justice system as a whole does not want to hold these two accountable. It wasn't until this community reached out and showed this amount of support that it has really, really helped get the word out there. And it's been amazing. Sorry, my English. I'm trying to read as I speak.
There's a reason why. So there's an Anna Anderson. There was a reason why Diego hated Turland evil fucks who harassed the hell out of me, and as well as including following me, trying to get a neighbor to take photos of my boyfriend's property and yard. What the fuck? Autos, etc. And even tried claiming my big male melanois was his. Jesus. See, and that's another thing, guys, is so these people have actually, like, the comment says, they have been harassing people. Even today, when I made this post, one of this guy's friends tried threatening me, which I thought was funny, because you guys know who I am. I live
Darian got a taste of what I've been dealing with.
Yeah. I made a post about this live that was going to happen, and this guy went on my business page on Facebook and made a big old comment stating he was gonna come after me and all this other stuff, and that it was kind of funny to me. I don't know. I kind of I egged him on. I'm not gonna lie. After getting threatened on a post stating that this was on here. It's been nuts. But yeah, so the person that hit me up was Randy. And he pops up on my channel, and then if you guys share the post out, if he's in those groups, he'll pop on there. And I feel like the way he found it, I don't think it says he doesn't follow my channel. So that means on a day-to-day basis, that man is either looking up both of their names. I never egg him on. Yeah.
And as anyone has seen, anyone who has followed my posts, any of the people coming up who have made threats, their name has not been mentioned in any of the more recent posts. I have not met any of the people who have been harassing me or threatening me until just recently, when they showed up to Micheal Turland's hearing, the most recent one, and were trying to engage me in argument outside the courtroom. So this has been longstanding. It's been absolutely insane and childish the whole way through. But I mean, to each their own. Some people need an outlet, and I guess being stupid's one of them.
I want to prove a point real quick. I knew he was here because every time I talk about him, the comment or the viewing would go from where it's at now, and then it would drop one, and then it come right back, and then it drop one, and it comes right back. So I know he's leaving to talk shit to somebody and then coming right back. because he stated he was going to be on the live to see if he was going to be mentioned, and I will throw him straight under the bus. I have
Well, I
no
mean,
care.
he's only being mentioned because he
What were the
legitimately
threats?
threatened
Sorry,
you.
shouldn't ask as it part of the case, but how many have had problems? So from my understanding, there has been the few of the victims that spoke up about it, a few of the dog owners and stuff like that, were harassed, as well as Kaylee,
The
and
bird
then
owners, the snake
the
owners, the
snake
reptile
owners. Yep.
owners, just anyone who's come forward as a victim in this case. They've tried to discredit any victim in this case just so that they could, I don't know, litigate the fact that they were friends with them. Which, I mean, I can't talk. I was friends with these people before. They put on an amazing face. My only concern with all of this is their most recent friends that have been threatening and harassing everyone. These people, their family, their friends, their acquaintances, their accomplices, these people are all they had. There's no way they didn't know what was going on. It's absolutely insane. I saw them when they first moved into the property. They were there for over a year after that, where I didn't go to that property again and was only getting updates via photo. So how are these people who are supposedly best friends of theirs, who recommend all they're so great, how come nobody else came forward until me, until all these animals had already died?
And that's one thing too, is the person that was harassing myself, and I'll say his name, I don't care. He threatens a lawyer that I believe he doesn't have. But the person that harassed my page on Facebook was Randy. And according to Randy, he has nothing to do with this, and neither does his wife. But he showed up to the court hearing and was actually sitting right behind Micheal. So
Micheal didn't show up.
Either way,
They
he's sitting
actually
on that
changed
side.
it last minute to be a video hearing. Also, interesting fact about that one: the prosecuting attorney was there when I first arrived. He talked for the first person he was representing, saw me and the other people in green, turned around, left the building, and then 2 cases later arrived for Micheal Turland's court appearance telephonically and would not take my call.
So that's what's going on in Arizona, guys. I wonder why PETA don't mention anything about it. And that is one thing that I was wondering too, was why there was nothing being brought up about that.
Yes. So the interesting thing with this case is I personally am not the biggest fan of PETA.
Yeah.
I don't agree that everybody needs their animals forcibly taken from them because nobody should have pets.
They blocked me on Instagram.
And I mean, I feel like a lot of their followers might have their hearts in the right place, but the way the organization goes about it, it's personally not an organization I or many of the people I know support. But They do have the cult following that we very much could use. And I am now starting to exploit that fact. PETA is currently getting involved in this case, and they are investigating every aspect of this case. They're sending out signed letters that needs to be signed for, I forgot what the name of it is, certified letters, to the prosecuting attorney, the judge. They are also gathering information on pretty much anyone who's they've noticed downright harassing me, or they're digging so deep into Micheal Turland and Brooklyn Beck's background. I'm really hoping good things come from it.
No, for sure. This needs to PETA bashes the community, so I don't like them. Yeah, it tends to happen. Yeah, they don't like the agricultural. I can't freaking talk today.
I can't English today either. Don't feel bad.
But no, so that's basically what's going on, guys, is because of all of the noise that everybody has made about this case since we have been really pushing it. Everybody that watched and shared out the last video that we did about this has got it to the point now where they actually pushed to get the animals adopted out. Now we are hearing through the grapevine that the animals that were more closer to Brooklyn, and Micheal, which is a few of the dogs. The few of their friends and family are trying to get a hold of them. Now we can't say if
Yes.
that's confirmed or not because we can't really say who.
Everything is hearsay from this point forward. If it is factual, I have the documentation, the proof, the screenshots. At this
Right.
point in time, everything is hearsay, as well as the fact that Brooklyn did or did not accept the plea. I will say with 90% certainty that she did not accept the plea, since I have heard nothing further and I have not received photos of any of the other animals. From my understanding, she did not accept the plea. Now, where we sit with all the rest of the animals, oh, I lost my train of thought. I apologize. Everything is hearsay at this point until I can get documented proof of it. But it is stipulated and has been mentioned that Brooklyn, Beck, and Micheal Turland, their friends and family and supporters in both Arizona and Michigan, have reached out to Antrim County Animal Care and Control and has been trying to adopt these animals on their behalf. I've already provided a long list of people who are not to adopt any of these animals. So thankfully, they have assured me that anybody on this list will not be allowed to adopt these in particular animals. But as far as we are concerned at this point going forward, I believe majority of the animals have been placed into permanent housing. Now it's just a matter of getting there and getting them back. As everyone knows, fuel cost is astronomical right now. And the fact that we're going to have to take a trailer with an inverter to keep the reptiles warm, keep all the animals comfortable. I mean, it's going to be a mission. And we're literally going to be leaving here the 7th. We will probably get there early on the 9th, immediately get the animals, turn around, and come right back. So we're looking at a 5-day mission with nearly no stops. We are trying to go nonstop. We are trying to get them as soon as possible and get them home where we know they are safe. And as anyone who has followed this case knows, Micheal Turland and Brooklyn Beck are both out on bond. And Micheal himself has personally had 3 bond violations for leaving the state. He's been staying in Utah with Brooklyn's father, which means it's very, very possible that Micheal Turland has traveled up to Michigan and could even be there now. So I don't know what kind of issues we may or may not run into. I don't want to, assume the worst, but there's always that possibility. This man is mentally unwell with anger issues to boot.
Which one was it that has the assault on an officer? Wasn't that him? Or is that
Micheal
her?
Turland, assault of an officer and obstruction of justice because they were trying to arrest Brooklyn.
That's what I thought. Could possibly may have connections in transporting that many animals. Yeah, we'll have to reach out.
I talked to someone with Phoenix Herpetological Society. I don't remember names.
Was it a girl or a guy?
It was a guy.
Probably Dan.
Probably. I'm terrible with names. But I did talk to someone there, and if any of these animals coming back don't get placed, then they will absolutely be going there. I'm pretty sure all the animals that I will be bringing back to Arizona have found permanent housing, but we'll have to see once we get to that impasse. Right now, the major point's going to be, they get option fees been paid right now currently, and we would love to recoup that. The biggest concern is the fuel cost getting there and back. It's a huge expense, and it's going to be a nonstop just go, go, go.
I know it's so basically she started to GoFundMe, guys. To quite honestly, if you guys are able to or want to help, I believe instead of GoFundMe, PayPal, friends and family, or Cash App would be the best. That way it helps them go and get all these animals and try to, make sure that they get to where they need to go and find a home. Because if they just sit in the county, they're just going to get picked up by friends and family of the people that basically did what they did, and they're out of spite. I guarantee it. They're going to do what they did last time. They're going to do what
they did to my female, and they're going to do the same thing that Brooklyn already has a history of doing. Brooklyn Beck has had trouble in the past in her teenage years in Utah of starving her flyball dogs to death and taking other people's animals and doing the same. These animals have been picked up by Animal Care and Control out in Washington County, Utah, her friends and family would adopt them back and they would wind up dead. So they implemented a ban. She is legally not allowed to own animals in parts of Utah. That is why she had a felony offense.
This is why, guys, and these pictures are fairly graphic, guys. I mean, this is one of the dogs that was removed from their care. I mean, just look at that, the rib cage. I mean, it's, guys, this is bad, and this is what they do. This is how they think this is okay, and they're just ridiculous people, guys. I mean, this is why Kaylee's going up there to try and get all these animals to place them back into homes. And like I said, when I mean out of spite, they would try to get these animals and try to do exactly what they did. That is what happened to Kaylee's animals, because she got the ball rolling on this and got Micheal arrested. This is basically what happened to her animals because she got them arrested. Brooklyn threw them in the freezer.
See, and I don't know, because there were 2 adult female boas frozen alive. I'm hoping, because the reptiles were not Brooklyn's, they were Micheal's. I'm really hoping that just her sheer stupidity, she saw both the females and assumed those were both my male and female. Regardless of the fact, I did get a photo. I was able to match patterns. He's very, very small compared to what he was because he's so emaciated. But my boa is alive, my boy. Both the boas that were frozen were female. So I will be bringing my boy home, and he will live with me until the day he dies of natural causes. So it looks like I'll be going to the Phoenix Reptile Expo and dropping whatever ungodly amount of money they want for a PVC enclosure.
Well, we'll get you in touch with somebody that does custom enclosures like that. Maybe they can help you out. Because this is, I try to help you out as much as possible. I know, especially with everything going on, with, going to do this. I know a lot of it's going to be coming out of your pocket.
I mean, and I gladly do it. It's keeping these animals from being picked up by friends and family and just killed. I mean, it's been absolutely insane. But the outreach that I've received and just people showing interest and following up on the story and giving me the moral support has been so amazing. Because for the first half of this case, it was just me and a couple other victims with no bearings on what to do and where to go and who to talk to. So this case has grown substantially just on everybody here caring. The reptile community, the dog community, the horse community, they've all been amazing about it. And it's one of the main reasons that the county animal control was pushing so hard to get the animals released so quickly.
Well, I'm glad we were able to make a lot of noise about this and, basically get more people involved and to, that help light a fire under their ass. I hope that we keep this ball rolling with everybody's support and just kind of get this going, guys. Make sure to share this out. We're trying to get this. Oh, sorry. I just got a message right now. Right on, Derek. Appreciate you. But no, we're trying to get this going, guys, to where it gets everybody going, gets the courts to do what they need to do. I know the ones going into trial, that is what it is. It's going to be up to a jury. Now, there's nothing we can say or do about that. It's up to the jury at this point. But I don't know what jury's going to look at this evidence and be like, oh, yeah, this totally is not her fault.
Anybody who has called and talked to me after these animals were released, they were saying that the evidence was damning. They had receipts and documentation from the second they got into the house up until their care. The bills that they took for the just exponential amounts of money they spent to rehab all these animals. And we're talking a small county. This county only takes in maybe 200-300 animals a year. And overnight, they took in a bunch of reptiles and a bunch of dogs and a Clydesdale with severe, just maggot infested hoof, and a bunch of chickens and ducks and rabbits and animals that they are just never dealt with. So you're talking, they had to get enclosures, they had to get heat lamps, they had to get everything to care for these animals because these animals were evidence. So they're out a lot of money. I mean, it's been insane. I'm surprised the adoption fee for the animals wasn't ungodly.
I'm here. Sorry, no, I was loading up a video or loading up a picture. But no, guys, this is basically what's going on. So I need everybody's help to kind of share this out, get this going. She's doing amazing for these animals. She's already pouring out a bunch of money to go out and help these animals, guys. I mean, only one of them is hers, but it's not just about the one animal. It's about all of them. So,
well, I'm hoping, I don't know exact numbers yet, but I'm hoping that some of the baby boas are actually from my Argentine male that they killed.
Yeah, and then with this still being an active case, we're unable to see pictures of the animals other than what she's received to confirm the identity of the big boa, which she found out was her first snake. So other than that, we haven't been able to see how the other animals are looking, and with everything going on, guys, like it's, when they remove these animals from the home, a lot of them died during transport to the facility. I mean, there was monitors, there was a ton of other animals, and I mean, the majority of them died during transportation because they were just in such bad care.
Yeah, when the officers arrived on scene, it took them, I believe, 2 days and 2 nights to get all these animals out and get them transported, the dead and the living. It was mentioned by them that when they were seized, the dogs were starved. I mean, there were just animals eating on the dead carcasses of other animals. Their feces were everywhere. I mean, it's from everything I've heard, it smelled like these animals had been dead and just in the home for a couple weeks.
Yeah, and that's basically, what's going on, guys, is if we don't get these animals out of there, they're going to have friends and family go and get them. They're already trying to inquire about the dogs, and trying to get them out. Kaylee has already put money down on some of the animals, so that way they're already placed.
They're held.
They're held
it's
for
just
her.
It's a matter of picking them up once they're released.
So, and they're not released until the 9th, and Kaylee leaves Arizona on the 7th. So that way they're driving straight there, picking up all these animals and coming straight back. So that's at least the goal here. So we will be sharing the more information about it on Instagram as well as Facebook. No, you're good. I see that. I was like, wait, what is that?
I was like, uh-oh, that's not good.
So
I'm not angry.
if you want to do that, you can promote that now and just let everybody know. So that way that helps. So what we'll do, so what's going on, guys, is I heard, what is that? Hold on. I got a big comment here. I heard they are trying to bring some supposed expert witness from out of state to testify on behalf of these monsters. Rumor has it it's a local trainer from the area. The animals were killed. Yes. And you want to know who it is? Probably Randy. This guy. Okay, so when they were clearing out the house, This person that I stated was, you know, who's been harassing Kaylee, who's been harassing myself on my business page, since I started covering this and trying to bring this to my following and more people, you know, this guy literally has been going nuts. But when, like I stated, he is a dog trainer, and all of his stuff is branded on the harnesses,
Well,
the
it's not
leashes,
his
everything.
business, it's his wife's business.
It's
You
it's
comment on
all
everything because his
what's
wife
hers is
steals
his and
dogs
what's his is
from all the
hers.
pet
It's the same
groups.
thing. But one way or another, it's their business, and they have branded stuff. And when they were pulling or clearing out the house with everything that was in there as evidence, a lot of their harnesses, leashes, everything that was branded had his brand on it. So they say they're not involved, but they were very much involved. And so that's the expert witness. Now, this, of course, I can't, you know, prove without, you know, the court document. But yes, they were trying to get that or get him to come out from that area, and that's the only person that would really testify for him or for them is that guy, and that's why he says he's not involved yet. Yeah. So that's what's going on. Is their expert witness is a dog trainer. How that becomes an expert, I don't know. But
Probably character witness or reference. I don't know. I mean, it
yeah,
could be somebody else, but all I know is they're from out of state, and Brooklyn and Micheal don't know a lot of people.
nope. So I feel the only person that would really do that. But to get back to what we're saying, guys, is Kaylee here is actually to raise money for what kind of drama is going on now? What's up, everyone? Damn, bro, you missed the whole thing and you come in dropping a bomb like that. I see how it is. No, I'm just giving him shit. I like doing that to him. So what's going on is if you missed the last video, we're kind of giving an update to everybody about Brooklynn, Beck, and Micheal Turland. So these people killed, literally abused, tortured, and killed in that order a ton of animals. I mean, 200 of them, over 200 animals were found dead in a freezer, and it's not like it was just rats or rabbits or feeder animals. No. The dogs, you got exotic birds, parrots, parakeet, cockatiel type thing. You got those animals in a freezer and snakes that were all frozen alive. Majority of them can be proven with a struggle from inside of the bags and feces and stuff. They froze them alive. And just for the new people that are popping in, I will show a couple pictures. I just saw a gecko jump on the phone. That was awesome. So this is one of the pictures. This is the freezer from Kingman. There's snakes on the top. A couple of them were Kaylee's animals. I do apologize for having to show this again, Kaylee. I know it's a sensitive thing. But just to show the severity of what's going on with everybody, I have to bring it up.
At the end of the day,
I apologize for the dogs. There's an ambulance that drove by and they feel they're helping by barking at them. I don't understand dog logic. Now, Brooklynn has been strangling dogs, and this is what she does. She's a psychopath. This is basically what's going on. This lady's a psychopath.
And that's not the only dog.
This is not the only dog. There has been plenty of owners of the animals that have had their dogs that died after being groomed at this salon
from the same injuries.
For all the same injuries, collapsed trachea. So, I mean, there's trauma from dogs that didn't die, that they did strangle there. You know, there's so much that these people have done. It's ridiculous. If you haven't seen this or heard about this, I posted another video about it. If you are, that literally is like 2 hours long, but it goes into great detail. You know, this is Jigsaw. He is a beautiful boa that she put onto a breeder loan to Micheal Turland because he was supposed to be a breeder. And that was his thing, is he wanted to breed and do all that. And you can see this snake on the very top of that freezer. If you, I know it's
I
a
don't know. How
terrible.
do I comment in the chat?
You can't while you're on screen.
Oh,
It
okay.
sucks. I know it really sucks. If you have something to say though, you can say it.
Well, I was just gonna post the link tree and the GoFundMe again.
If you have your, I know you're on your laptop. If you have your phone, you can go to the main. You can go to the video and you can comment while you're there. Just make sure to turn the audio off, or else we'll hear the ringing.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that one.
And these are a dog, or one of the dogs that was removed from the home. I mean, look how malnourished this guy is, guys. This is freaking ridiculous. Here's a bit of a zoomed in picture from the freezer, guys. You can see a few snakes in there, a handful of rabbits. There were a few dogs, birds. I mean, guys, it's nuts. And they were basically sweeping it under the rug. You know, this is the prosecution was not doing their job, and we're just sweeping it under the rug. And then on top of that, they were basically, if we didn't come out and do these videos that we've been doing about this, they would have basically got a slap on the wrist. But because now that this has become so public, and now, you know, and it's coming up again, they now have to do something about it. So they're not looking at, oh, here's a fine, get the hell out of here, you crazy people, don't own animals again. Because it's not just reptiles, it's horses, dogs, birds. I mean, these people are just fucking psychotic. And so they got a beautiful Clydesdale. For some reason I can't find the photo of it. And they basically boarded this animal. And it had I can't remember exactly what the term was in the hoof. Canker. So the canker basically needs to be cleaned 2 to 3 times, if not more, a day. So you constantly have to lift the hoof, clean it out, scrape it, clean it, put a pad on it, put it back down, do it again. Antibiotics constly.
And this horse is having to be mildly sedated each time they do it. This horse has already put
now
one person in the hospital.
Now because of the severity, she stole the animal from the boarding facility that was taking care of it, paying out of their pocket and everything to take care of this animal. They then Brooklyn stole the animal from the boarding facility, took off to Michigan, and then basically neglected the animal there. So when the people came to remove it, or remove the horse, the chickens, the everything, they found the horse. It had so much maggots and decay inside of the hoof. It was ridiculous, guys. She did not take care of it, and nobody took care of it. And so it got out of hand to the point now that this horse is in so much pain that they have to mildly sedate it every time they go in there. This horse has now hurt a couple of the officers that had to go in and deal with it. And they are still touch and go with this animal. They're deciding whether or not to euthanize the horse or to try to fix it. So it's on a teetering scale here of whether or not what they're going to do. But if it becomes more of a danger to the public, and they find it more of a risk than dealing with the animal, if they can't treat it safely, then they're going to have to put them down. So this all could have been avoided, but Brooklyn stole the horse, neglected it, and let it get to this point. So this is where we're at. And so this is why we're pushing through this.
And this is one of the main things, is it's like, look, I don't know how many of these animals out there are going to be mine. I don't know if any of these baby boas are going to be related to my boas that were killed. But me and the other victims in this case do plan on bringing back every possible animal to make sure that Brooklyn Beck and Micheal Turland cannot get their hands on any of them.
So we're trying to raise money for Kaylee because she is paying all of this out of pocket, all of it, the gas cost, everything. And so again,
Vanessa,
sorry, go ahead.
Vanessa, the lady that was boarding the horse, she is interested in the horse. The only issue is she doesn't have the financial means to pay the $4,000 to have this horse transported and the copious amounts of money it's going to take for this long-term treatment of this animal. She was treating it out of pocket already when she was boarding the horse, and they came, picked up the horse, and took it while she was gone when they had only paid a portion of the overdue boarding fees. So I don't believe that she would have the money to pay to have this horse transported across country. It's already costing me and the other victims a small fortune to go out there and bring them back.
Appreciate you, Brad. But no, this is basically, just an update on what's going on, guys. It's a huge step in this process. They were originally not going to release the animals from their custody until the case was closed. And they're having nothing but problems. Now, I can't say anything along the lines of some of the deaths of the animals could have been prevented, because I don't know the care specialty of who knows reptiles out there. But
yeah, so
to hear that they went from over 100 animals that were alive, over 200 animals were found on that property, but almost 100 of them were dead when they found them, and then they just started dropping like flies in the facility.
Yeah, they had a Savannah monitor that died in transport just getting to the facility.
And so that's where we're at. They didn't take care of the animals. They knew what they were doing. And how they got them all, I have no idea. I don't know if they were just buying the animals and then just doing what they wanted to do to kill them, or if they were just finding free animals.
A lot of these animals were free animals. The ball pythons, I can guarantee, were either given to him, traded to him, or he bought personally because he was breeding ball pythons. The freezer in the home in Kingman, I mean, it's absolutely insane. There were empty eggshells in the freezer. There were baby ball pythons just peeping from the egg. There were baby ball pythons that couldn't have been more than a day old. I mean, just the sheer amount of just hell these animals must have gone through is astronomical.
It's insane to see what these guys went through before they met their death. I mean, it's sad to say it, and it's sad. It's fucked up to see it, and I don't like showing the pictures, but to get the point across, because I've seen a few comments already. I've had some people that have said some stuff to me after the last live is, hey, you really didn't show, you were talking about it, but you didn't really show a lot of the pictures. You didn't say this, you didn't do that, whatever. So that's why I keep bringing up the pictures and being like, this is the severity. These are the people that we're going after. And what's fucked up is you get people like Randy and whoever the hell else who is going after the victims, like, Kaylee and the other victims that stepped forward and stated, hey, this is what they did to me. This is what they did to my animals. The animal, or one of my animals, is in that freezer, or things like that. And it's crazy that there are people that think that it is 100% okay, and that these people were, not monsters even after the evidence came forward. I'm sorry, but if you're gonna sit here and tell me that person right there that is strangling a dog on a fucking grooming table is not a monster, then something, you need to get your head checked. I mean, that's fucking insane. Like, this dude literally went to bat on my channel on Facebook and was just going off, stating that they didn't do this, they're innocent, blah blah blah. I'm sorry, you have picture fucking proof of them strangling a poor dog that's not theirs, that literally was brought there to be groomed, and literally on video being strangled. And that's not the only dog.
And these are people that have no remorse for this happening.
No. They've everywhere they have moved, they have left a trail of dead animals in their wake. Let me see. There we go. Wait. Randy said that they didn't do it, and that they're not part of this, and that we need to stop bringing them up. No, he deleted his stuff. I didn't think he was going to delete it. He was more trying to fight me on my channel. If you go to look at this, go to look at the page, it says there's X amount of comments, but nobody can see them because he deleted it. But it still says that there's comments there. At least it says for me, but I'm the owner of the page, so I don't know if that I'm the only one that can see it or not. But I can screenshot that. It says there's comments, but that he's not, or that he deleted it. What's this? What am I looking at?
Give me 1 second. I'm fixing this up before you post it. But this
no,
is
I'm not. I didn't know what it is. So
this is just 100% proof that these two have no remorse for what they've done.
Okay. Fuck him. Oh yeah, I'm not scared, dude. That dude made a lot of threats, like he was gonna come get me or something if I posted a link that involved his wife. And the link that he's talking about is that in the link tree that Kaylee has made that has all the evidence, all the information, everything. There are pictures of this man and his wife taking pictures with Micheal and Brooklynn. And that they say they're not a part of this, and they have nothing to do with it. They have nothing to do with them. All this other crap.
If you have nothing to do with them together, why are they at your wedding?
What that was my thing is they're there. They have pictures together. He showed up to a court case that apparently he had nothing to do with. Like really? Like, I'm sorry if I had nothing to do with it. I'm not showing up. That doesn't make any sense. Oh wait, we have no class. I don't know.
Yeah, D, that I just sent you a message. That one's gonna really make your blood boil a little bit.
Which one am I supposed to post here? There's two of them here.
The second one.
The second one. Okay, so I'm supposed to put that on screen. Nice. I had a gecko bite my finger, and then he tried mating with my finger as he bit it, and I was like, "That's gross and it hurts. Stop it." This is why I'm not a fan of crusties. They're mean. No, they're not. They're
hopefully cool. Somebody is.
I like crusties. They're dope. I like lily whites.
I got one of them too.
Let me see. Done. Loading. Okay, so this is the image that you sent me. This is the second one that loaded in.
Yep.
So go ahead and explain that one for me.
So this is a message that I got sent to me after Micheal was picked up, and this was shortly after Brooklyn Beck was picked up for her first charge and let go on her bond. As you can see, there's no remorse here. None. It's literally just saying that everything's blown out of proportion. And this is the thing with Mojave County that gets me, is what she's saying right here. Mojave County, on the body cam video with Micheal Turland, he even named people from the rescues that he said he got these dogs from, and they haven't even been questioned. But she's saying and sticking to the guns that, oh, these animals were there for their final days, and they were all rescues, and we have all this evidence that these animals didn't belong to us. Okay. What? Because there was a puppy that was probably would have been perfectly healthy if you didn't starve it to death, who was alive when he was in that freezer struggling to escape. There's an Imperial poodle who was freshly groomed, severely malnourished, covered in feces, who probably would have survived if they hadn't had this dog. Same with the potentially pregnant female shepherd that was severely emaciated. It's insane. But this just goes to show there's no remorse here. The reason she won't take a plea deal, and neither will he, is the sheer narcissistic behavior of refusing to admit fault.
I do have thick fingers. Don't make fun of me. Oh yeah. He says that a lot. Everybody has no class. Yeah, I saw that. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, he said that in one of the group chats too, or not a group chat, but it was a Mojave County Facebook group that I joined, and I shared the first video in, and he actually commented and stated that I have no class for one, putting his face on the poster,
Well, now you know. Just screenshot everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure to screenshot everything now. Like the second this dude comments on something, it's getting screenshotted, and then my reply will also be screenshotted because I called this dude out, and I'm not gonna lie. What up, Cody? I straight called him out and was like, okay, well, I was like, one, because he thought you ran my page, and so I stated one that I am my own person. You do not have nothing to do with my page.
How graphic and how angry this man gets at the sheer thought of me. The courtroom was the first time I've ever met these two in person.
Right.
And I didn't talk to them.
I saw the video he posted on his page, and he's literally videotaping you guys on the what was it? Actually videotaping watching you guys in the parking lot when they left the courtroom. And he videotaped you all the way, and they were just sitting there talking shit.
And then doxing where everyone
does
works.
the video show you who is watching? No. So sadly, it does not show me who's watching unless they comment or like. It doesn't say who views it. It just says who comments. If anybody wants to do a roll call, see who of the 12 people is here, we could do that though. You guys go ahead and you guys can all go ahead and comment or smash that like button and see how many of them are actually here, because I know the hater that was talking shit stated he was gonna be here, and I know when we bring up the pictures and we start talking about him, it goes drops down, goes back up, drop down, go back up. So I'm assuming he's bouncing back and forth, stating what's going on. So I think we lost Kaylee, but she'll pop back up. There she is. But yeah, so there you go. You're back. Here. Okay, so let's see. So where that's going. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Craft. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Let's see if we get all 12 and popping up in the chat, because that would be kind of weed out how many of the haters are here, because I know that dude said he was going to be watching it, and he's like, his threat was that he will send me or his attorney at me, and
a cease and desist letter.
I'm not worried at all. Like I kind of wish you would. This is all public information. I like the taco. It's because I'm Mexican. Happens. But yeah, so let's see. How many is that? So I think that's only 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 people so far that's popped up in the chat, guys. So, I mean, I'm not worried. I don't care. But I appreciate everybody that's here, that's in supporting of this. So what we're going to do is to help raise money for Kaylee on her trip to go and rescue these animals. I believe it is the animal that you're holding, right? Yes. Okay, so the animal that she is holding right now, she is going to put up for a spin to win / raffle. 1 second. Sorry, had a dad. What's up, Lucy? I had a dad. So basically, she's going to do a fundraiser off of that gecko. We're going to do a raffle. So basically, we can probably do. What are you thinking, Kaylee? $10 a spot?
Yeah, we'll do 10.
Okay, so we can do a spin to win. We'll do $10 a spot for this animal, guys, to try to help raise money for Kaylee to go get these animals. Again, all of this is going out of her pocket. All of this is straight funded from her, so we can help her recuperate some of that money. Now, we're not saying she's going to recuperate everything.
If you see the GoFundMe, that's all what's already been invested.
Yeah, right, and so I have myself. I have not looked at the GoFundMe. And the reason is I personally don't like the GoFundMe, guys. They take so much money out of that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I will also be listing my Venmo and everything else on my profile. And
yes, for sure. After this live, you need to put your Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, all of that information. Guys, if you guys do want to be a part of this, make sure to put your Instagram name or however way we can contact you. So if you have the Instagram, probably just go through her Instagram, or if you have Facebook, go through there. But put your name or just take a screenshot of your payment and send that to Kaylee.
Or send it to Darian.
Or send it to myself. However you guys want to do it. All the money goes straight to Kaylee because she is the one that is boots on the ground, going straight up there to get them rescue these animals. So here, I'm gonna solo you out real quick so everybody can see that beautiful Cresty. Let me solo you out so you can show him off real quick. I know the computer camera's not doing him justice. Damn, he's really pretty though.
He's got awesome dorsals. His head pattern's my favorite. Big old fat head. He just ate, so he's all fat and bloated.
His dad works for the FBI. I wish. Where's Eric? He'd bring up immigration if he was here. 18 by 18. Hey, Kyle, there you go, bro. Put in for the raffle, bro. What genes? I don't know Cresty genes. So they're asking, what are the genetics in that Cresty that you will be putting up for raffle?
Give me 1 second. I'm going to send that over to you right now so you can post it.
Well, you're gonna have to put it in the chat, but yeah, if you can send it, send it to Instagram, and that way I can do that. Or not Instagram, send it to Facebook, so that way I can do that. Don't worry, I'm sure his cousin works for ICE. Kyle.
Smart asses, man, all of them.
Yeah, that's my friends. Who needs enemies when you got friends like that?
Oh, wait, wrong
Hey,
one.
Destiny, can you call Bam and see what's going on? He's calling me. Can you see what's going on, please? I see you're in the comments.
The second one is the one that you want, because I have two siblings from the same
You're
parent.
the Cheech Marin. You were born in East LA. Fucking morbid. Okay, so wait, whoa. Hello, pictures. Where
the second one's the one you want, because I have siblings.
The second one. There's so many. Oh, they're all one picture. Oh,
yeah. That's the pairing with the photos of the parents and everything.
Okay, well then I'll just load that in, and then you can talk about it, because I'm looking at it and I'm fucking confused. So you're gonna have to walk me through this one. All right, loading and taking forever. And
so the one that I showed a second ago
there we go. That's the one, right?
So, yep, that's baby Firebird. That's the one I just showed.
Okay.
And he is an extreme Harlequin. You can see parents on both sides. Ghost is the sire. He was produced by Cloud9 Geckos out of the two below. White Lightning and Shalas. And then Dame was Roku. And so on and so forth. I have his sibling actually right here in my hand.
I want you to know you're confusing the crap out of me. I don't know crested gecko genetics.
I didn't either.
I still don't. But that's cool.
The first one I sent you is actually the photo of his brother.
So again, guys, we will have this posted. I'll probably throw it on my Instagram, and then just have Kaylee's information. I'll tag her in it and have her as a co-collaborator. So that way it reaches more people, and that way what we'll do is all the payment information will be on her channel. or on her Instagram. So that way, however you guys do it, and then you can screenshot your payment. How many spots do you want to do for that?
I don't know. What do you think?
We can leave it open until the 7th.
I'd say
until you leave.
Let's leave it open until the 7th, and then if I reach half my goal by the 7th, I'll add his brother in there.
There you go. And so so the people know, what is your goal to try to get to?
The goal is, I mean, the absolute best case. Hi, Lucian.
Good boy.
Best I could say, I mean, if we can get the full 6, that would be awesome. Let's see. Fuel cost alone is going to be $2,000, $2,500. I mean, it's a big ass dually in a
No, I get it. I mean, you're literally putting a ton of money into this, and I can say wholeheartedly that, you know, there's a ton of people that would not do this. I mean, you know, everybody would just say, hey, fuck it, let's get our animal and be done with it. But you're going above and beyond to help everybody and these animals, and that's why I'm 100%, you know, willing to host these lives and host these events and stuff for you, because I mean, I'm trying to reach as many people as possible for you to get this going, because like I said, you're the boots on the ground. You're the one that's driving this forward, and if I can help you reach more people about it, then I'm happy. And I mean, from what they were, you know, some of them were explaining to you, you know, that last video we did really got a lot of people inspired enough to message all of them and get the ball moving to the point to where now these animals will be relinquished here soon. Mm-hmm. So I think that's amazing, instead of them having to be stuck there even longer. And, you know, for them to really keep you up to date on what's going on with the animals like that, and to accept a deposit, so that way they can't, or, you know, the friends and family of Brooklyn or Micheal can't go and grab these animals, is pretty awesome. So, you know, if we can try to help you out this way, I want to try to do our best to get you to that point, you know. Mm-hmm. Now, I can't promise that we'll hit the 6K to be able to get get everything covered, but I will push and do my best to make try to put back as much as we can to help these animals and to help you go and rescue these animals. Is there a set date? Set date to get the animals?
20, we are leaving Arizona. I'll be leaving Arizona to go pick up these animals on the morning of the 7th. It's going to be, I think the time said it was going to be 1 day and 6 hours to get to where I need to go in northern Michigan. I'm heading straight there. And the morning, mid-afternoon of the 9th, they will be formally released with veterinary checkups, with a full wellness exam. And then after their wellness exam is finalized, they will be released into my care. I'll be turning around and heading straight back to Arizona. So I'm hoping to have all the animals back in Arizona by the 11th. But here's to wanting and hoping.
And that's,
like I said, I've never been to Michigan. I've never driven in the snow. I've barely left Arizona. I'm a desert rat. So we'll see how I hold up in, you know, icy white shit on the ground.
But so that's the goal, guys. So we will have that posted up tonight or tomorrow morning to try and get this raffle going. If you guys want to get into it, it's going to be $10 a spot. Send your name, Instagram name in the message when you send the money, or screenshot your payment and send the screenshot to either myself or Kaylee or both. That way we're kind of on the same page. We will do a spin to win, and we can host that live on either Instagram or here on YouTube, since everybody, you know, comes on YouTube, since not everyone has an Instagram. I've seen that a few comments from Facebook stated that they didn't have Instagram. So we may just host it live on YouTube, so that way everybody can come here and see it, and you don't have to make an account to do it. But again, guys, we appreciate everybody's support. Hopefully we can get the ball rolling. Make sure to share this out so that way everybody gets the update. And then on top of that, we're going to need your guys' help sharing out the fundraiser post for the raffle for this beautiful Krusty, to try and recuperate some of the money back for the herd going to rescue all these animals.
Sorry, I am listening, D. I'm just trying to get.
No, you're all good. No, you're all good. Is there anything else you want to touch base on?
I mean, there's not a whole lot else to add at this point going forward. Maybe just screenshot everything you get, because you never know who's going to attack you next.
Yeah, for sure. I know that for funsies, people are gonna try to hit me up, and I'm gonna make sure to screenshot it. That way, I can push the bear, poke the bear, because I'm not the one to be intimidated.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody that's more than twice my age thinks that they need to attack me, then that sounds like a them problem.
Do you have a second driver? Are you driving straight there by yourself?
I will have other people with me, but I'm not sure how much we're going to be rotating out the drive schedule. Like I said, it's going to be a rough trek regardless.
Deleting happens in a second, but screenshots are forever. For sure. Yeah, I made that mistake. I was too excited to comment to somebody that was actually threatening me. That was my mistake. I should have screenshotted it, and I thought he was gonna sit there and try to argue with me on my main page, because I see him argue with everybody else, but most of the people I see him argue with is women. And when I pointed out that I am not, I feel that may have been why he deleted his comment, is he realized he was fucking with another guy, and that I am not scared or scared of him or willing to back down from him. So, I mean, it is what it is. But for this dude to go out and to say that, or to like try to back these people up, just shows his character. So yeah. I'm gonna try to stay somewhat professional on this aspect. I'm sure I will make another live at some point, and we'll probably drag this dude's business through the mud there, because I mean, yeah, how are you gonna say you love animals and you train animals and stuff?
No need to waste your life away on someone who's really not worth it. I mean, I think they might have some brain cells to rub together somewhere, but
I've got a ton of stuff that I've seen so far.
There's plenty of other things that they can lose their business over.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, my thing.
I don't go to their levels. I don't harass children.
How my thing is how can you say that they're innocent, but yet there's a picture of her or a video of her strangling a dog?
Yeah.
How can you say you're not involved? How can you say you're not involved, but yet then show up to the courtroom and sit on that side of support of Micheal?
And if you look at my link tree, you can see there's other people in Michigan. Like, there's people all over the place. It's not just them. There's a lot of people that are supporting these two. Like, they're holy saints. So it's like,
no, I agree, and it's nuts, and that's why I said, like, if you support these people and what they're doing and believe they're innocent, I feel like you got to get your head checked, or I can't deal with that type of person. That is ridiculous. So no, that's bad. The whole situation is just giantly fucked up. Oh, good. I just did a 12-hour drive, and that was a miserable.
D20, don't tell me this. I don't need no negative vibes.
Freaking Kyle over here ruining the drive before she even goes to suffer the drive. It's fucked up, Kyle. Make her dread it even more, bro.
It's all I'm gonna say is it's a good thing I have thermals. Anything below 60 is like hypothermic. I'm gonna die. Like, my heat's already on in my house. And
Really?
I'm in Phoenix. Yep. I'm a wuss. But no, like I said, I definitely appreciate everyone's coming out, commenting, posting, sharing, following the story from the beginning to the end, or even if you're new and just being interested in it. It helps a lot. I mean, the drive is going to be a lot of manpower, a lot of man hours, and it's going to be a lot of fuel. Like I said, I'm borrowing a trailer. My dually is going to cost me a fortune in fuel. I mean, and the sad part is it's still cheaper than getting a U-Haul. Because trust me, I've looked. But I mean, that's just the world we live in. Everything's getting more and more expensive. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing is to make sure these animals make it someplace safe where they're not going to get back into the care of these two people. And any of their friends, accomplices, family can't get them on their behalf. I mean, it's been insane. But I mean, it's not the best reason to be out to Michigan, but I'm excited for the travel. As big of a pain in the ass as I'm sure it's going to be.
Hey, he says as long as you got multiple drivers, he'll be all right.
Yep.
But
now we just gotta cram into my fucking big ass black dually and fucking.
You'll be all right. You got this. But all right, guys, we're gonna end this one. I appreciate everybody's support that's jumped on there. Make sure to share this out. We will be posting either tonight or tomorrow. The fundraiser for this, and then so I'll either, like I said, we'll have it up tonight or tomorrow. But again, we're gonna need you guys' help. Share this out. We're trying to raise as much as we can for Kaylee to try to help put back for her, because again, all of this is coming out of her pocket. She has not gotten any funding from any organization or anything like that. This is all her going out and trying to help these animals purely out of her own pocket.
Everything in the GoFundMe that's been listed is literally damn near to the dime of what's already been spent.
Right. And so that's what I'm saying, guys. So if you want to look at the GoFundMe, I recommend solely, if you want to donate and you want to make sure your money goes to that, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Those are the major three that I suggest to do, as the fact that GoFundMe takes so much from the payment.
I will have all of that listed up here in the next couple of hours. I'll be adding it to the link tree under donations/raffle. I'll also be adding photos of the Krusty going from there. And it will also link you to my Facebook as well as my Instagram for anyone who wants to send screenshots or so on and so forth. I'll add instructions and everything from there. I feel like it'll be easier to just have it in one place.
Yeah.
I'll leave the photo compilations up to you, because we know my tech skills are here. Yours are at least here.
No, I got you. Yeah, we'll get a whole thing going to try to get this going. So like I said, either we'll post it tonight or tomorrow morning, as I do have a lot of things going on after this live. So we'll figure that whole thing out. But again, guys, I appreciate everybody that's supporting this and helping this move forward. All of you guys that are in the comments, and as well as watch the video this entire way, as well as the previous video, you guys were the ones that made this possible, to get these animals the help that they needed, to get them out of there. I mean, and on top of that, to get the courts, to get a fire under their ass to do what they are supposed to do. As I said, they were going to sweep this under the rug. After that video, now it turned from a slap on the wrist to now we've got so much coverage on this that they're now doing their job. So shout out to everybody that's supporting this and followed this and getting this, word spread out. I appreciate everybody. I know Kaylee does as well. And
I'll definitely be
no,
posting updates once they all get home safe and sound, because I mean, you have no idea. As soon as I get my boy in my hands, it's going to be all over the internet.
No, for sure. I can't wait for the pictures or the call of that you got him back, and to see the confirmation whether or not those babies are from Jigsaw or not.
See, I get emotional just thinking about it.
Everyone have a safe night, except those that deserve the walk themselves into an abandoned mine shaft and never return. 100% with you on that one. I like it. But all right, guys, I appreciate you all. Kaylee, thanks for jumping on. I hope you get your boy. I hope we raise a lot of money to try to help put back in your costs. But we'll get this going for you for sure. But all right, guys, you all have a great night, and I'll catch you all in the next one.